illegal. Federal government, it's illegal. So actually, the federal government can kick in and trump the state, and they can burn these fields and crops and everything else like that, and destroy this property with and seize all this. So, for example, a store, they're selling marijuana in there, and yeah, they might follow all the procedures of what the state is saying. The federal government can go in and seize everything because it's illegal.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
So I hope I answered your question with that. But if a police officer pulls over somebody and they got marijuana on them and it's legal, then in the state, then they'll let them go. And that goes for the city, the sheriff, or the state police. But it wouldn't go for the federal marshals or the FBI or the DEA or ICE or any other federal agency.
Right, United States Marshal Service.
You cross that border with those drugs in your car to a state that is not legal, then yeah, you would be nailed in that state. Marijuana, it's a touchy situation, and honestly, my views on it are, I don't think that it should be granted legal for a bunch of people smoking pot like in Woodstock. But it is a municipal drug. I have seen a lot of studies that have been done on it. Well, first of all, it's illegal. So how are they going to be able to do proper studies on it to see if it's really showing any effect? But there are people that swear up and down that their kids have had, different types of things like, kids have had Down syndrome, or kids have had, Parkinson's disease, or a lot of different things that kids or adults have had, and it's helped them. It's back pain, and it's helped. It's a muscle relaxant. So, and I'm no doctor. I'm just saying what I've read on that. So, sitting there and smoking it, no, I don't think you should be allowed to do that. But as far as having something in a pill form, or that's put into one of those treats or something, like a cookie or something, that would be different to help somebody.
Right.
But as far as to allow to smoke it, no, I don't think that should be legalized at all. I think it should be in some sort of prescription form, either into a powder, or you mix it in a meal, or a pill form where you would take it. There's several forms of that drug, of cannabis, that and what's in cannabis is opium, and I think that's where, from my understanding, and like I said, I don't smoke it, I don't really understand the whole circumstances with it, but I did watch a show on Netflix that had explained how they take it and they break it up and they put it into a powder form, things like that. That I could see. But, to sit there and smoke it and stuff, that's where the illegal part is, Mark, because, see, if I don't want to do drugs, okay, and even though it's illegal and I don't want to do marijuana, if you're sitting there smoking a marijuana joint and I'm in the same room with you, I am going to get secondhand smoke of that, okay? Yep. So that's the problem. And it's just like cigarettes. I don't want to smell all that stuff. Secondhand smoke is horrible.
No, I know.
Especially for animals.
Well, especially for little kids.
Absolutely horrible.
Also for little kids too, as well. You get early stages of cancer. Then you got also people who have a child who actually inhales the smoke from the cigarette or from the pipe or the cigar. They inhale that. Little kid, 4 or 5 years old, right? Well, in 10 years, he inhales enough of that stuff where he's going to have a blood clot in his brain, and that also can cause cancer. Then from there it goes. Basically, you take away a life. That's what you do. You take away a human life. That's not what what people should do. You know, I'm not here to say smoking is bad. I'm not here to do that. You have to be responsible for what you're doing. You really do. And this is a problem in society. They're not responsible enough. And this is why we got Big Brother out there trying to control us, manipulate us, and then you got companies trying to scam us, you know, and you got, you know, like I said, with harassments with AT&T, and then DirecTV, Comcast, Sprint, Verizon, they're all doing this. You know, call it Verizon. I call it Virazon, by the way. I call it Virazon. And I got Comcastic. You know, it's Comcast. It's called Comcast, is what we call it here. And DirecTV. Well, it's communist TV is what we call it here, communist TV. So you know, this is the problem that we're seeing right now in society. There's too much government intrusion. Number one, number two, taking away our freedom. They're taking away our our ability to think anymore. They want the government to control everything now. That's the problem. This is the problem. And everybody is scared to death to talk about this. And my question, again, I'm going to bring this up one more time. How much money is Fox News getting for supporting Trumpy and Hillary Clinton? I'd like to know that question. I would really, really like to know that question because it's not being asked at all. And here we are challenging it. And, you know, Donald Trump with his university scandal now. You got Hillary Clinton, the IRS scandal. You have Donald Trump with with American Pageant harassment charges pinned against him. You have Hillary with Benghazi charges against her. So you got the FBI checking in Donald Trump's taxes. You got the FBI checking into Hillary's emails. Which two are the less evil? That's what I'd like to know. That's a great question. What two are the less evil out there? How much money is Fox News ripping or getting from this? What we're talking about here. That is a great question. This is a question that needs to be brought up, and we care enough to do it. This is why we do what we're doing, because we care enough to do it. And this is brought to you by we the people of the state. So we appreciate that as well. We really do.
Well, Mark, you know, I can answer a little bit of that. You know, it states in the Constitution all men are created equal. Well, men didn't have any reason at all to make women created equal as men. You know, and a lot of the situation with this country today is people allow all this stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things like the schools have gotten as bad as they can, or as they are, because parents are not involved. They don't get involved with their kids. They don't go down to the school and find out what's going on. They just work full time, and it's not really an involvement like it used to be. And things are going on now with Big Brother that people are allowing it. Don't allow all that stuff to happen.
And guess
nobody's saying nothing about it. They're more worried about a gorilla that got killed in a zoo than they are worried about issues that should be taking precedence. And, you know, I think it was a horrible situation with that gorilla. I watched that. I want to get into that a little bit because I watched that video, and the gorilla didn't seem to be harming the child at all. But why not dart the gorilla? I don't understand the whole circumstances behind that. And you would think shooting bullets at a gorilla would possibly could be ricocheted or something would happen and hit the child. But my main thing is why aren't people getting active when it comes to things like this for other issues? And that's the problem with society today. They pick these little tiny things and they pick them apart. And this is how the bigger issues slide by. Because, again, you know, I've told people, you're worried about cutting welfare by $1 million, and you cheer when it's done. But yet the government spends $120 million on one F-22 Raptor, okay? One F-22 Raptor, and it's $122 million. The federal government doesn't pay that much money in food stamps for the whole United States.